I've got one trick for you this morning. One simple trick to stop the silly back and forth with voiceover clients. Get you working faster and move on to the next project. I'm Bill DeWeese, professional voiceover talent, voiceover career coach. We are on the way to 100K subscribers to this channel. This is a library of voiceover knowledge, approaching 1,300 videos covering every topic imaginable in voiceover and now approaching 78,000 subscribers. Thanks to you for being here. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking the videos. Thanks for sharing the videos. It's so important. We want to get this information out to everybody who is trying to make voiceover profitable for them, to make money in voiceover. That's what this channel is all about. So thanks for your help on that. Let's get this thing to 100K. I will proudly display the YouTube thing that they give YouTubers who hit 100,000. We'll put it up in here someplace so I can share it with you, since it's really more about what you do, what you do. I mean, I have to show up, but you guys really help get the word out, and I appreciate that. Also, one other quick note is that you may hear some bang, bang, bang going on in the background. Well, just when I thought that the construction and the remodeling was over, no. We had decided, we moved into this house last summer, and there's just some things that needed to be updated and changed, and we spent several months with contractors working on that. And one thing that Vicky and I want to do is to remodel our bathroom, just really just above my head. But we thought, we're going to put it off. We've done so much, and we've spent so much money. Let's just take a year to kind of recoup, and then we'll go back at it again. Well, no, nope, nope, nope. Our shower, was leaking into the basement here where I'm at, and it was kind of dripping down from one of the can lights in the ceiling, and it's like, oh my gosh. So they had to cut a hole, and of course, they just recently remodeled this entire basement. It's finished. It's where my studio's at, and theater room, and a bunch of other stuff. So anyhow, they had to cut a big hole in the ceiling there, and so they're in there. You may hear them chiseling out old 30-year tile to prepare to put in a new shower. So, it's all was it Rosanna Dana from Saturday Night Live used to say it's always something. Well, it is. It is always something. So let's talk about this one trick. This one, and by the way, hang around, because here after I share this important information with you, we're going to do some shout outs, acknowledge everybody who's on the live stream this morning. I'm all about efficiency. I want to find the best way and the quickest way, the most efficient way to do stuff. And this came up in a conversation with Mallory, my daughter, who's a very successful voice talent herself. And this is a few years ago. She was in the earlier years on Fiverr, really getting up and going, and it was getting clients and that were doing just a lot of back and forth. And when I'm talking about back and forth, I'm talking about clients who just never seem to be quite happy with what you give them. And that seems to happen. There seems to be two camps where this happens. Number one will be clients who tend to, or will lower, but we'll call them lower budget clients. All right. And if you take on a lower budget client, and there are plenty of them on Fiverr, it's funny because on Fiverr, I mean, you get the range. I average about $400 per job on Fiverr, but there are lots of people who, will really want to lowball it. But you decide, what budget you're willing to work with. But the lower you go, the more difficult it is to work with clients, generally speaking, because it's funny. The higher the pay, the more prepared the client is. They've done their homework. They've listened to your demos. They know what you sound like. The script has been proofed. Everything has been, for them, this is not a dynamic process. Let's do this back and forth. It's like, here's what we want. Now go do it. Easy peasy, not lower budget clients. So that's one camp, the back and forth, back and forth. Number two are those who from a different culture and language, where the communication is a little more difficult. And so oftentimes I'll get feedback where to me, it seems contradictory or it doesn't make sense. And I think it's more of a language barrier than anything else. So what we came up with in this conversation, and frankly, I don't know why I didn't think of it sooner, was to really to rely on your demo to get the job done. So in other words, as a matter of fact, it just happened to me today. Dealing with a client on Fiverr, they seem, I've given them a really a good quote, so it's a pretty high paying job. They didn't balk at that, but I gave them a sample read. They played it for their client. Their client didn't like it, and what they said was, how did they put that? They said they want it to sound more natural, but they want my voice to be higher, and they want to be more highs and lows at certain places within the script. Okay, well, that's not extremely helpful. So here's the trick. The trick is to go back to that client and say, what on my demos did you like? Because I think we can assume that if somebody's hiring you, they've heard your demos and there's something in there that they liked and that they're expecting to hear, but for some reason they're not hearing that when when you give them a test read or when you've done the first take through on a project. So what I did with this client this morning, just before going live, was I said, please have your client listen to my demos here on the platform and tell me what they like, what they want me to sound like. Because then I know exactly, we can get past the language barrier. We can get past the silly back and forth. Just listen. When you hear what you like, tell me I can do that. That's one of the great things about having a great demo, because number one, people respond to it because they like what they hear. And number two, they can point and say, look, I like the way you did the Walmart commercial, for instance. I hear that a lot. So all I have to do is go back and listen to my Walmart commercial and just do it exactly like that. Client's thrilled, easy peasy, you're done, you move on to the next thing. So use your demo as a tool to stop the back and forth and back and forth. It'll overcome the lower budget client who really doesn't want to do the work up front. This kind of forces their hand, and it helps you dealing with the person where there's language and cultural differences and the communication's not so great. It takes that out of the equation. Now they can listen and just say, do that. So give that a try, or maybe you have. Comment below in the comments. Let me know what your experience has been with that, or if you try it, let me know what your outcome is on that. Live training event coming 1 week from tonight, guys. 1 week from tonight. I'm going to do a complete live marketing training event, updated with some information on how you can help leverage AI, artificial intelligence, to help you in developing your marketing content and targeting the right clients. So I want you to be there. Now, you can't register yet. But I will tell you this is going to be my most, we're going to limit the audience on this one, okay, more than usual. And within the next day or so, you're going to have the opportunity. As a matter of fact, let me double check. I don't think we have that ready yet. Uh-oh, we do. We do. Oh my gosh. Okay, so it's available today. I've got a great team, by the way, who they're the ones who do all this stuff. So when I seem confused, it's because there's somebody else working on it. Because I can't. There's only so much I can do. But I work with some great folks who really help out and help tremendously. Yeah, there's Chris right now, and he's the man. He just said, "Yeah, you can register." So what I'm going to do is this: I'm going to put. I should have checked that out before I started this video. I'm going to put the link in the description below. As soon as this video's done, I'm going to put that in there. You can register. It's limited to the first 100 people. This is a paid event. So it's going to be 90 minutes of content with an additional 30 minutes of Q&A. So 90 minutes of content and interaction, all told, with 2 additional video bonuses. So all in all, it's about 2.5 hours worth of content. And this is all about marketing. All right. So this is about helping you make more money in voiceover, which is my mission as a voiceover coach. So make sure you can get in while the getting's good, as they say. And again, I'll put that link below in the description in just a couple of minutes. Thanks, Chris, for the heads up on that. Rusty, congrats to you from the UP of Michigan, where it's almost 60 today. That is crazy. I didn't know it ever got above 50 in the UP. I mean, you guys are up there. That's great, Rusty. You were first in this morning. Closely behind was Rob. Good morning, Rob. Ron in Charleston, South Carolina. Nephi in Knoxville. Let's see. We've got Dave in New York City, where the sun always shines. Well, of course, Dave. Isn't that the motto of New York City, where the sun always shines and it never snows? And Rick in Des Moines. Rick Sadowski, it's his first time being on the live stream this morning. It's my first time. That's a bell ringer for you, Rick. Congrats for being here, and thanks for being here more than anything else. Corey, happy Taco Tuesday to you in Wisconsin. Ralph, good morning to you in Fresno, California. GS, good morning. Bill in Idaho. We've got Jay, good day from Binghamton, New York. Terry in sunny and warm Fallston, Maryland. Emma in Huntington Beach. Mike in Mooresville, North Carolina. Ralph is encouraging everybody to tap that like button. Thank you, Ralph. Yep, please do. Subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. It really helps a lot. I can't thank you enough for your help on that. Chris, good morning to you in Lakeville, Minnesota. Melissa in San Diego. Scotty in South Dakota. Sirius in Charlotte. Marla, Texas. Mary in New Jersey. Greg in Nashville, North Carolina. Aaron in Columbia, Missouri. Ty in Warsaw, Indiana. Jason, Kearney, Nebraska. Mike in beautiful South Alabama. Dr. Bob in beautiful Clearwater, Florida. Megan, good morning to you in Manitoba, Canada. You're welcome, Megan. Hey, John in Rhinebeck, New York. What's up? Merrill, happy to be here with you all this morning from sunny and spring-like northern New Jersey. We've got Bob in Brantford, Ontario. Blueprint member, Bob. Yes, absolutely, Bob. Going to be working on my demo with Mike very soon. Excited to move forward again. Now, when Bob mentions the Blueprint, what he's referring to is my flagship training, coaching, and mentoring program. It's got all the components. It's got the on-demand training. It's got the live. It's got the interactive. It's got the whole plus you have access to my faculty of professionals and instructors. Link below in the description. Click it. Get all the information. Let's see. Happy Taco Tuesday from Chicagoland, home of continuous construction on the highways, that is. Boy, ain't that the truth. Jackson, tuning in from Orem, Utah. Joy in sunny Southfield, Michigan. I have road construction near me, so I completely understand. Phil in Tokyo. Hey, Phil. Mark, what's going on in Estes Park, Colorado? Dave, the demo reference is a silver bullet. Works every time. You know, whenever you can find something like this, just a little thing that will kind of leverage the situation and help you get things done and move forward, these things to me are just gold. They're gold nuggets. So I hope you can use it to your advantage. And if you do use it, it will work to your advantage. Amisha, it'll work to everybody's advantage, even your clients, because it helps you give them what they need. Amisha, good morning to you in South Carolina. David in Gardner, Kansas. Paul in Greenup, Kentucky. Hello, Chris. Hello, Alex in cloudy, Wasatch Mountains in Utah. JR in sunny New Orleans. We've got Dayton, Ohio checking in. Denise in Long Island. Wally in Annapolis, Maryland. Miss Johnny in Houston. James saying, ever go through a frightening dry spell in VO? Oh, man, everybody goes through that. Yeah, I mean, that's what being self-employed is. Being self-employed is like this. That's why you have to kind of back up and take a big picture look, because it's like the stock market. It's going to go up and down and up and down. But what you want is as long as you're trending up, it's all good. So absolutely. Nigel, hello to you in the UK. Sandra, Dallas, Fort Worth. Dave from bed in a motorhome in New Mexico. Fantastic. Thanks for being here, guys. Don't forget, the live event is one night from tonight. I expect those seats to be taken, those virtual seats to be taken quickly. Make sure you get in for the latest marketing information, including the additional AI stuff. So below in the description, click the link, get registered, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Make it a great day.